Imagine you're going to be executed very slowly over a period of 40 years. And you have to choose from a list of ways they could do it to you. Well, gee, I'm split between the cyanide drip, the 1 volt electric chair, or being gradually stoned to death with grains of sand. What do you base your choice on? They're all the same. They're all going to be horrible, and they're all going to kill you. This is how I feel about work. Who wants a job anyway? Don't you have anything better to do? Or be? What is a person if they do nothing but work? You're already nothing, you have no meaning, and you won't find one in a job. Why don't you just stay home and decay? But perhaps people work in order to stop thinking. It's easier to get through the days than the years, looking after the pennies. If you can distract yourself well enough during the day and get home in the evening to the comforts you can afford to afford yourself, you might get lucky and never wonder why you do, or what you be, or why your bees do be. The more stress at work, the more involving it is, the more it draws your attention away from the fact that you exist anyway and you haven't dealt with it yet. But if you force nothingness on yourself, this is another sort of pressure. Chemistry says you never really know the properties of a thing until you put it under unbearable pressure. Boiling point, tensile strength, the Mohs scale of hardness, that sort of thing. But what if you don't do anything to it? Just leave it alone, ignore it, don't use it. Like a man in solitary confinement rather than a man being constantly tortured. What happens then? What do you learn about him then? Everyone breaks under torture, but some survive isolation and learn more. This is why Robinson Crusoe is more revealing than Winston Smith in a way. Desert Rambo over jungle Rambo. Well, I'm neither beardy castaway hermit nor muscly special forces nutjob archer, but I've got myself into a position where all the choices I've made mean I have to make a choice between two things I don't want to choose from. There's a psychobabble thing about choices pertains to this I heard the other day when I asked the wrong person. He said it's supposed to reveal something about altruism and responsibility, but I don't care and it's not my fault anyway. I think it exposes the gap between them rather than anything else. I'm all about the gaps. There are two scenarios, both with a runaway train coming down the track. The first one, you can divert the train onto a branch line, the siding thing, killing the one person standing on it instead of the 5 standing on the main line. The second scenario, you can't divert the train, but you can stop it by throwing this fat guy in front of it and save the 5 people on the main line. So apparently you have a bigger dilemma in scenario 2, because killing someone in order to save others is harder than just choosing who's going to die anyway. Active and passive moral choices as if they existed. Yay. When my friend asked me what I would do in these situations, I told him I'd call my brother. What? He said. The old joke about the guy goes for a job as a signalman. They ask him what he would do if there was a train coming down the track, heading straight for another train coming the other way. I'd change the signal, change it to red, he answers. Yes, they tell him. But they say the signal's broken. Well, I'd run down the track waving my red t-shirt at the oncoming train. Ah, but you're wearing a green t-shirt that day. In that case, he said, I called my brother. Why? They ask. Well, he says, he's never seen a train crash. So what difference does it make what job I choose? It's going to be awful, whatever happens. I leaf through the paper, hoping they forgot to print the appointments section, hoping they only want astronauts or midgets this week, hoping the world will end before I'm forced to act. I should be so lucky. Train keeps coming.